What is going up, man? We black and back and we back and black in the building. God damn, like a son of a bitch. Yeah, my bad. I was referring my life insurance agent to some other people that I know, man. So shout out to everybody out there that's trying to get their life insurance game popping. Shout out to the homegirl, Latanya and Miss Tanya in the building. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you see me doing right now. I'm trying to multitask. You ain't supposed to, but I'm doing it anyway. Because when it comes to people's life insurance, that's not something you should play with. There's too many black folk out here in the United States of America Incorporated got insurance on their fucking iPhone, but they don't got life insurance to pass down generational wealth to their motherfucking kids. I'm one of those kids, so I take that shit very seriously. I don't have time to be worried about what the fuck other people got going on, but I do got time to tell you about life insurance. Man, they just logged me out of this shit. But anyway, let me see. Man, okay, I'm about to log back in because I don't know what it is. Man, shout out to everybody out there. Man, what the fuck, man? God damn. Man, I know, man. Some of these little apps that people be coming up with, they screenplay is horrible. But anyway, shout out to everybody out there, the Core Plantation, Shawnee, Erica, Tasha, Mariah, you already know what it is, 066 Crew Head, David from No Compromise, man. My brother, what's happening with you? Man, it's so funny. Everybody's so worried about the January 6th, hearing or whatever, but ain't nobody talking about nothing else. And it's so funny, man. This is something that I wanted to touch on too. You notice how they stopped the stock trading and they closed down the post office and everything for Juneteenth, but you didn't give niggas the day off for Juneteenth. Okay, every black person doesn't work for a motherfucking government entity, so you should have made that off for everybody. Why would you? See, that's some fake, phony bullshit. That's the shit that I'm talking about. We always going for the okie doke. Why you say that, Warren? Man, cut. Oh man, Juneteenth. Well, nigga, was you off work? No. Okay, well then, what the fuck you up here jumping around for? Man, the January 6th hearing, that's America's movie. That's as our brother David from No Compromise talks about. That's America's movie. So for all y'all motherfuckers that want to pay attention to that shit, go ahead and do that. And all you motherfuckers want to talk about this, we'll give Joe Biden and the next 4 years, he gonna really do what he need to do. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Y'all kiss my ass with that shit, man. We about to get into it right now. Shout out to everybody out here that's not telling at the Core Plantation, that's handling business and doing what you need to do to survive. That means getting up off your ass and making something happen. You got the same 24 hours in a day that the next motherfucker got. So if niggas can go work a Core Plantation job and do a podcast and do other shit, try to have other business ventures, and you sitting around bumping your gums, knowing everybody else's business, all I would suggest is you look in the mirror and then you should be able to tell yourself exactly what you need to be doing. Let's get into it. Hey. Man. Nah, man. It's so funny, man. America's movie, man. Like, I'm just so proud of some of my people, man. Black folk, stop watching America's movie. Let me tell you what America's movie really is. As Dr. Clyde Anderson talks about Black Layer White Wealth, Empowernomics. While y'all around here bullshitting, voting for Joe Biden, the dominant society, when somebody passes away in their family, they have what's called life insurance. And they probably have what's called, the term that they probably have is probably a 20-year term or a 30-year term, and then they just re-up when the term is over with. And then what they do is they just make sure that their kids is okay. Because that's how wealth is generated. As Dr. Claude Anderson teaches, their money is locked and boxed. They have us locked and boxed out of the nation's wealth because they have it all in stock, bonds, 401k, mutual funds, IRAs. While we sitting up here arguing with each other about the next Jordans, these niggas is getting life insurance policies and buying bonds and shit, so when something does happen to them, their kids can reap off of it. It ain't just, oh, grandmama left you a house. No, grandmama not only is gonna leave you a house, but they gonna leave you some bread to make sure you're straight. Now, the thing about black folk, just like the dominant society, is we can't make the same mistakes as them. I had a cousin. Shit, his mom, my great aunt, made real good money, and he tricked off all that fucking money. And who you would say, who am I to say that? You know what? That was just a lesson well learned from afar. You ever come into some decent money, don't trick off your money. You know what I mean? I think it's very, very simple. We need to stop paying attention to shit that don't matter. More motherfuckers is worried about Golden State Warriors winning championship. My question to all of you niggas out there, Golden State Warriors won a championship, and how much money did you make? Did you have any vested interest in any of the things that was on TV? And when I mean vested interest, you own stock, shares of stock, something. No, you didn't. No, you don't. You're just a consumer watching, and you're not investing. If you're working at a corporate plantation job and they have stock options and they have things where you can invest, like 401k, you're not doing it. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. I have no idea. And honestly, I don't care. You can only help people that are willing to be helped. You can't help everybody. But I'm telling you, if you are over the age of 25 and your basis of the conversation that you have with people is about clothes and shoes and basketball games, I'm gonna need you to reevaluate what your lane is, what your path is, and what the fuck you need to be. Let's see where you at. Because 9 times out of 10, most people that are trying to obtain wealth, they're not even worried about basketball. I can't even, it's hard for me to even watch basketball for a long period of time. I get bored quick. Real quick. I'm like, it's like watching a fucking 3-point shootout. Like, I'm tired of watching it. Next. You know what I mean? Football's the same way. I can get into it. By halftime, I'm over it. I'd rather just watch something else. I don't even care. I'd rather watch the Bloomberg channel. And the reason why I'm talking about this today, because we're so busy watching America's movie, the January 6th hearing, and you know, it's so funny. The Democrats got all these black people coming out blaming Trump for everything. You black people are the dumbest motherfuckers I've ever met in my life. Y'all have no idea what the fuck is going on. Y'all think you know? You don't know shit. You going by what the fuck they told you. Let's just talk about what history has told us with Mr. Joe 94 Crime Bill Biden. Ukraine got what? $30 billion? $20 billion? But you don't want to give us reparations for us building the country? That is called the system of racism, white supremacy. And that is not established in the system of justice. So every day, all you black folk out there that's waking up and going to your corporate plantation job, you should be looking at all your well-educated Democratic shills and Democrats that are telling you Democrat vote and all that other shit, and then you go vote. Look at what happened. What has he done? So you need to be from the school of Janet Jackson. What have you done for me lately? Dun 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 dun. Fuck all this bullshit. Every day I be like, man, that's why I even like talking to people about this Democrat. Fuck a Democrat and fuck a Republican. I want reparations. I want money that is deserving of my people and deserving of my ancestors who built this country for free, while everybody comes over here as freeloaders and benefits off the black labor and treats us like the permanent underclass that Dr. Clyde Anderson has been teaching this whole damn time. So I don't want to hear none of that shit. And when you're talking to elderly people, stop trying to convince them. They don't know no better, so just leave it alone. When I'm talking about, motherfucker, if you 50 and under, and you still appear talking about vote for Joe Biden, you need to go read The New Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander. You need to read Black Labor, White Wealth, and you need to read Powernomics. You need to read those 3 books. And you say, well, why I need to read those books? Because you need to have a re-education and reintroduction into black labor and white wealth. And you say, well, what do you mean? I mean this. I always get this analogy. If you build a house, right? You build a house for somebody, right? And they never pay you, and you have kids, and then y'all living in the dog house, but you build it for somebody else, and they live in the house, and then they have kids, and they're living in the house, and then you pass on. Your kids are still living in the dog house, and the people that you built the house for, they're still living in the big house, and then they pass on. Then their kids live in the big house, and then their kids live in the big house. Translation, Martha Washington, 17,500 acres of land. I don't want to hear shit about no motherfucking Democratic Party. I don't want to hear shit about no fucking punk ass Democrats and none of that shit. Because these motherfuckers don't give a fuck about no niggas, and neither does the other side. So while y'all out here running to go vote for some motherfucker, and for all you Las Vegas motherfuckers, oh, you want to vote? Then why don't you tell your Clark County commissioners and councilmen what the fuck y'all plan on doing about the gas being $6 a gallon? And where's all this weed tax? Where's the weed tax going? What is all this shit y'all doing? Why is Clark County School District still 50th? Y'all don't give a fuck. Where's the Clark County Gaming Commission money at? Man, don't get me started on this shit. And why the fuck is the power doubling in kilowatts? And why don't y'all say something? Why? You know why? Because politicians can be lobbied. And whoever has the money controls the purse strings. That's how politics work. That's why Dr. Klein Anderson talks about that pyramid and talks about how you have to buy the politicians. You got to buy the media. You got to lease and rent these politicians. They're not your friends. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. If they did care, gas won't be $7 a gallon, right? And interest rates is 4%. Can't go buy no house. How? The average home is what, $390,000, $400,000 with a 6.4 interest rate. So if you've already bought a home, you don't qualify for first-time buyers. And even if you do qualify for first-time buyers, 6.4%. FHA loan, you have to put 3.5% down. But that still does not negate that your mortgage is going to be what? In the 2s? Maybe even in the 3s. So I don't want to hear shit about no motherfucker telling me about go vote for some punk ass Democrat. I don't want to hear that shit. That shit is for lames and goofies and motherfuckers that be believing in fucking Santa Claus. These are the same people that told you Santa Claus, some gray-haired old fat white man, is crawling up somebody's coming down somebody's chimney and leaving presents and shit. Man, get the fuck out of here. Now, who the fuck invented that shit? You know it was the dominant society. Because you know niggas gonna question everything. Man, nigga, what? I wish Santa Claus would try to break his ass in my house coming through my chimney. Stop. Stop with the bullshit. We gotta wake up, man. You know what I mean? We gotta stop going for the okie doke. Oh, June 2, yeah, nigga, everybody was at work on Juneteenth. Everybody. Only people that wasn't at work was government employees. Everybody else was at fucking work. So I don't want to hear shit about no fucking Juneteenth. And I don't want to hear shit about no motherfucker talking about reparations could be in the form of education. It's always, niggas always, do people not get it? Why does everybody want to have a say-so on what type of reparations we get, but I don't hear near other racial group talk about reparations for the white Jewish community? The white Jews, that shit happened in Europe. It didn't even happen on U.S. soil, and they still get reparations. But black folk built the country for free. Niggas just benign neglect, act like the shit doesn't even happen. And motherfuckers will walk around and have full-fledged conversations with you about how it's important to vote for Joe's 94 crime bill Biden. And then when you bring that up, motherfuckers still be like, oh, well, you know, because it was just out of control. Man, what? And half the time you gotta be like, yeah, man, here, man, read these books. Cause you don't have time. You can't save every nigga. And you got a lot of Sambos and Coons. They at the Gore Plantation. They everywhere. Just keep it short and sweet. Like, hey man, and my sisters, y'all start getting in these positions of power. Women, period. You get in these positions of power. If you're not trying to replace the system of racism and white supremacy and establish the system of justice, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. I get it. You got to get it for your own. But let me tell you, it's an illusion. Because now your bills become what they're paying you. It's a Chinese fucking finger trap. Well, if I pay you $100,000, your bill's gonna be at $100,000. Right? That's normal. So remember that. And all you so-called gatekeeping motherfuckers that have the plug like me, man, I pass the plug. But I'm only gonna pass the plug if you handle business. If you're not handling business, I ain't passing you the plug. Because you ain't even had me out here looking dumb too. And all you motherfuckers that don't want to get up and take your lazy ass to work, and you want to sit around the house with your stinking ass, and then you got all this extra energy, stay the fuck away from them. They try to make you feel bad for having to go to work and pay bills. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. I remember when I was working 2 or 3 jobs, man, motherfuckers try to make, nigga, you're not finna make me feel bad. Nigga, I gotta do what I gotta do. The survival of the fittest. Just remember that. Everything else is all an illusion. It's the Matrix. Man, when they went to go see the Merovingian, that motherfucker was looking at Neo, Trinity, and Morpheus like, man, get y'all punk asses the fuck up out of here. Y'all ain't getting shit. Oh, you want the keymaker? Well, the fuck out of here, because you're not getting the keymaker, motherfucker. Man. And stop going with all these distractions. Everything. It's so funny. Man, the LGBTQ, y'all so funny style. Let me tell y'all funny style. We had a person, Marcel Dixon. Brother Marcel was running in South Carolina against Jim Clyburn. And where was all the LGBTQ support? We was all supporting him. We all had his back. Marcel Dixon was letting Jim Clyburn have it. Where's all the, because LGBTQ black folk, y'all need to stop being like these dominant society people, man. You not them. You're not them. Just wake up and understand that shit, man. You're not them. Because in my honest opinion, I don't think, a lot of black folk, they don't want reparations. You know why? Because, like I said before, all these coons and tethers, I'm going to give this example, and then I'm going to get the fuck out of here. Straight up. Wait, who is this? Bro, cheapest tender. Just, man, you better get out of here with this shit. Whoever the fuck this is. Try us next. Whoever this is. Man, get the fuck out of here. Man, let me get this motherfucker out of here. Because whoever it is. Let me get this motherfucker out of here. Whoever the fuck is this putting porno in the damn chat. Man, get the fuck out of here, nigga. Ain't no fucking porno station, nigga. And if it's porno, nigga, let me know what it is and let me look at it first. Nigga, you could be tender, overpriced. Man, get the fuck out of here. No, nigga, you're not using my shit for that. Fuck out of here. Let me delete this shit. Hold on, y'all. Alright, I'm gonna just use this and I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. And I'm gonna say it again. David from No Compromise. I know he gonna laugh. On Disney, they have this show called Loki. Loki was like a villain in the MCU, in the Marvel comic universe or whatever. Alright, so Loki, it takes off where after Loki done did all this bullshit, though, they had the time variant authority. So these people are the people that control time and space, everything. They go back, reset the timeline, they do all that shit. They can make it where you don't happen. Like, they just got the ultimate control because you control time. So the nigga Loki, now remember, if you watch the Marvel Comics universe, it's all about the Infinity Stones. You gotta get the Infinity Stones. Get the Infinity Stones. You can control everything. So it's just like tethers and coons and black folk being Sambos and shit and going along with the dominant society because they have value. So they thought. But when you really, really start looking, eventually you ain't gonna have no value. So there was a scene where Loki they had, people at their desk and chilling and shit, and somebody left their drawer open. They let their drawer open. It was all the Infinity Stones just in the drawer, just sitting there. And it fucked him up. And he was like, oh, you want you want an Infinity Stone? Nigga, you can have these shits. These shits don't mean nothing. It means something to you. It don't mean nothing to us. It has no value. That's what's gonna happen to all these tethers and coons and sambos and mammies. When we do get reparations, that's why they push it so hard, because they don't have value. They know eventually they won't have any value, and that's exactly why they're pushing so hard. So remember that when reparations do happen, and they know it's gonna push through, a lot of those sambos and coons gonna start backing back because they ain't gonna have no value, especially if every black person get $150,000, $200,000, $1 million for reparations. Every foundational black American, a lot of these sambos and coons it's gonna be like, oh, I don't have no value, so that means me kissing ass and shit don't mean nothing no more. And that's exactly what it is. And that's why you see a lot of motherfuckers out here going so hard against it. Talking about in the form of education. Nigga, fuck you and education. Why would I go to the why would I trust the United States of America's education? Man, whoever the fuck this shit is. Yeah, you out of here, man. Yeah, I gotta get you out of here. Let me plug up my thing, man. Because whoever this posting this shit, you gotta get the fuck out of here, homie. But anyway, I just thought I'd leave y'all with that, man. I'm out. I got shit to do and shit to handle. But I'm telling you, man. Don't, for 1 second, view the January 6th hearing like it's some type of liberation. The only time you're going to be liberated is when you get reparations and the shit that you're owed for building this country for free. And I'm going to keep saying, Martha Washington had 17,500 acres of motherfucking land. I don't never hear nobody talking about that shit. And if you don't believe me, you can read it in this motherfucking book. Never Caught, The Untold Story of the Owner Judge, one of their fucking slaves. So I don't want to hear shit about shit. Nigga, in Vegas, an acre is fucking $1 million. So I don't want to hear that shit. So I don't care, and I don't want to hear that shit. And you goddamn right, motherfucker talking about, oh man, you should be happy you have a job. Well, nigga, everybody's thankful that they got a job to feed their family, but that doesn't mean you're supposed to be walking around being a grinning nigga. But hey, man, that's my time. I'm out, man. All you niggas talking about some other shit, you a Sambo Coon, Mammy telling about the gun line, Steve from Django, Hayward Shepherd. I don't fuck with you. You already know what it is. And hey, man, I'm out. Guilty, niggas.